Hello and welcome back to Let's Get Digital. Today I wanted to talk about niching down. And I've seen a lot of videos about this, and this kind of applies to any business that you're running or you're a part of, and it doesn't necessarily just pertain to marketing. But I want to talk about how niching down can help your business, why Wake and Make Media is currently in the process of niching down, just the benefits overall of focusing on a specific niche versus, the whole wide ocean. Okay, so buckle up and let's get into it. First of all, I say niche, you may say niche. I think you could say it both ways, so if I'm wrong, I don't think I'm wrong. I think you could just say it either way. I always hear people say it different ways, but we're gonna say niche for today. Niching down is something that I feel like has been talked about more frequently as of late. I don't know if it's a trend or people online are just, it's like in the ether and people are just talking about it, but a lot of business coaches or, again, entrepreneurs, marketers that Corey and I follow, we've watched for years, they all tend to talk about the importance of niching down, especially when you're first starting your business. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of backstory of how we've grown our business and why we did decide to niche down. When Corey and I first started Wake and Make Media, we were basically just a production company. We were creating scripted content in Hollywood. We wrote and produced, filmed, edited, distributed 2 Amazon series, a short film, countless music videos, and it was all about, working with artists to create original content, which was awesome. We then shifted to digital marketing and production, which is what we're still doing, mainly because we started to get a lot of small businesses who were coming to us and wanted help creating really high quality content. We then quickly realized that you can't just create content, you need a way to distribute that content, which is a big issue in Hollywood. There's Hollywood gatekeepers. It's really hard to break through, even if you do know someone super high up. I've pitched countless TV shows. I've done a few cool things. Some of my stuff has gotten, looked at more than others, but it's really hard to get your stuff distributed unless you have a ton of money or a production company backing you, which is really hard to do. I mean, it could take decades to get one of your projects seen, let alone made. We started to realize that in Hollywood, and then when we gravitated towards working with small businesses and brands, they were like, yes, we love content, but we also want to get seen. So you could sit there and make as much organic content as you want, which we highly recommend because you need to keep up your brand on social media, but you also need people to see it, especially if you want to quickly, or just in general, increase sales. So that's how we ended up getting into digital marketing. We realized there was a demand for distribution, if you will, and that includes everything from, Meta ads, Facebook and Instagram ads, Google ads, email marketing, SEO. It kind of all fell into the same category of getting your stuff seen, whether that's just content or your business. You want to be seen. You can create as much epic content as you want, but if no one's looking at it, that's not going to increase your sales. This is where we are now, and we do digital marketing and production. We kind of started out doing any industry or marketing any agency or filming for any industry that came to us. So this included everything from a ton of CBD companies, CBD and hemp, athleisure companies, drink companies, outdoor gear companies, boating companies, restaurants, other marketing companies, ad companies that just do PPC ads, lawyers, doctors, med spas. Like, I literally think of any industry and we've probably marketed it. And for a little bit, we were focusing primarily just by happenstance. It just happened to pan out this way. We were working with CBD companies, but kind of our niche unintentionally. We didn't really decide that. It's just that we realized we were good at it. But the problem with CBD or alcohol or any restrictive substance is you basically have to do a whole different type of marketing because a lot of traditional marketing tactics don't work or you're not allowed to promote on. You can't really run certain ads. It's hard even to get our payment processors. We had to swap a million times. So it just got really complicated, and we realized we didn't want to focus just on that niche. So we went really wide again. We did a lot in water sports, boating, etc. We're in South Florida, so that naturally kind of happened. And what we started to realize is that we've also worked with home improvement companies a lot, but we just were hey, we're all over the place and we're getting these clients who you can do the same type of marketing for all of them, but we just started to realize that it's really overwhelming to try to take on a million different types type of industries and market them. Kind of deduced that what we're really passionate about and that what we started to get more familiar with was stuff in the aesthetic or med spa industry. So my dad's a doctor. I grew up with working at his offices and working in the healthcare industry in general, just as I was younger. I have a really good grasp of that. Corey just happened to land a few clients that were all med spas or aesthetics. We're also, again, in South Florida, so there's a lot of this here. It was interesting because we were just like, hey, really into this. There's a ton of med spas and wellness clinics, if you will, in South Florida. And so we are going to decide to niche down and focus on anything wellness. And that's not super, super niche. That's actually still pretty all-encompassing, because wellness could mean everything from chiropractors, internists, med spas, estheticians, people who do your lashes, nails. It's really still all-encompassing, but it's still a little narrower. And it's basically helped us in a few ways. One, we've been able to get really, really good at what we're doing because it's the same formula for the same type of industry. And we've really concretized, I don't even know if that applies, but we've really learned how to take a wellness business and really grow it. And we know exactly what steps to take for each one of those businesses. Whereas before, if you're, for instance, one month you're marketing a roofing company and another a restaurant, yes, you can use some of the same tactics, but the audiences are different that you're trying to target. The tactics have to be a little bit different. The content's different. The type of ads you're running can be different. And so it was just getting harder and harder to just really be great at every type of industry. I mean, it's like being like a jack of all trades and a master of none, which I don't know. I have feelings about that, but because I think it is cool to have like a bunch of different skills, but it just gets more and more overwhelming as time goes on. We had way too many industries trying to work with us. Again, it's helped us do a few things, and these are the benefits of niching down. If you are in a position where you're looking to do that, or you're kind of stuck and you feel overwhelmed by working with too many different types of companies, clients, etc., wherever you're at, these are the benefits that we've seen from doing this, and that I think will just help you in general if you do want to niche down. One, again, I kind of mentioned this, but it really helps you hone your expertise and specialization. So like I said, with the wellness businesses, we have created a specific formula that literally can apply to every single wellness brand or business that comes to us. And we know it works. It's guaranteed to work because we've done it on so many others. So it's like a shoo-in. It's great for them. It's easy for us. And it's way more likely that they're going to be successful because we really know what we're doing in that industry. Two, reduce competition. There actually are a lot of marketing companies that do market to the wellness industry, or just specifically med spas, doctors. Even I've seen just marketing companies that will just market, for instance, like dentists or chiropractors. But the more niche you go, the smaller your competition is because it's so specific. And if you can get really, really good at that specific thing, you're going to stand out eventually. Give yourself some time, but if you can nail down a formula and you really can show, prove that you know how to grow a business in that industry, you're going to win. You also will get a better understanding of your customers and their pain points, because for instance, if you are a med spa, you are targeting customers who are looking for a specific thing. So whether they're trying to lose weight, they want to get healthier, they want clearer skin, it depends exactly what you're working with. They want to detox. You really understand the same pain points that are going to come up over and over again. And that's how you attract and sell to new customers. You just understand them. You know what they're struggling with. You know what they're going through. So if you can really nail that on the head, they're going to want to work with you. It also helps you differentiate yourself from your competitors. So if you can get really, really clear on the type of industry you're working with, you are going to stand out in that arena, and you're not competing with, a million digital marketing agencies across the entire country, because there's a million digital marketing agencies. Like there is a bunch of, every industry is saturated at this point. So I'm not saying not to do that, but if you can get to the point where you're able to niche down, it will eventually help you stand out amongst your competitors, because you're going to be known as, oh, they're the marketing company who works with wellness brands, for instance, or they're the company who works with dentists. We have a client we worked with who just does PPC ads for lawyers, which is super hyper specific, but he does really well. If you're a lawyer of any sort, like you're gonna know him because he's done such a good job at being so specific and marketing himself as the go-to guy for lawyers if you want to run PPC ads. So those are some benefits. There's a ton more, but this is what I've seen directly, and this is something new we're working with. But what I will say is that in the very, very beginning, beginning of starting out, if you are a digital marketing agency, or no matter what your business is, if you're thinking of niching down, you want to have the capital to sustain yourself. So if you have to start very general or broad and just get a few clients under your belt and then niche down, that's totally fine. Like I said, that's what we did. We're in year 4 of our business, and we're really trying to niche down now. Some people do it. I know Alex Hormozy basically says to do it immediately. Some people have done it sooner. Some people have done it later. So it's whatever works for you. But if you do have to start general, it's not the end of the world. Get experience, get a few clients under your belt, be able to support yourself, and then you can really go hard on an industry that you're passionate about, that you understand, and that you know you can deliver results for. So I hope this helped. Think it over. Let me know. Have you niched down? And if so, what did you learn from it? I would genuinely love to hear, because this is a really interesting topic to me, and I hear a ton of other business owners struggling with it. If, to niche down, not to niche down, which industry, etc. There's a lot of experimenting that goes with it. And if a niche doesn't work, that's okay. You can pivot. You're not tied into that niche for the rest of your life. And so give yourself some grace when deciding on what to do regarding niching down or not. So let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll be back soon.